Hello, everybody. Welcome to the next game in the 1990 Cincinnati Reds replay. Let's get this thing where I need it to be here. We're at Cinco de Mayo, May the 5th. Game 2 of a 4-game set. The Reds got knocked around in the first game as Pedro Guerrero hit a grand slam to really seal the deal early on and seal the Reds' fate. They lose 7-2 in that game. And it wasn't really close, unfortunately. So obviously Pedro Guerrero is the hot player in the game for the Cardinals. Cold player will be Denny Walling. And for the Reds, Barry Larkin is the hot player from that previous game since he did go 2 for 4 with a single and a double. And the cold player in the game is going to be, according to this, from what I'm seeing, it is Rolando Rooms. He went 0 for 4. All right, so today's starting pitchers, Jose Rijo for the Reds and Joe Magrane for the Cardinals. Look at our starting lineups before we get to game day, because the game day checks could change this. But from yesterday's or the previous game's game day, Jose Rijo gets a freshness boost for this game. So he will be completely fresh all 9 innings. If he goes 9 innings, he keeps his full freshness. There is no semi-fresh. He's going to keep fresh as long as he's in the game. He is going to be fresh. That's his perk. All right. Starting lineups are the same for both teams. The exact same lineups as game 1. So nothing's changed there. Umpires have shifted one base. So Bruce Fremming's behind the plate. Gary Darling's at first. Steve Ripley's at second. And yesterday's home plate umpire, Frank Pulley, is now at third base. Reds, with that loss, dropped to 14-6, which I believe is somewhere very close to what they were in real world. I don't have it in front of me to know what they were in real world at this point, although I guess I could look it up real quickly. Let's take a peek here and see what they were at that point as I look at their game log and where they were. Actually, they were 15-5, so I'm 1 game under where they were. So now we're going to go to a game day check, but the Reds lost, so they now have a 1. If we roll a 1, they'll be fully dissonant, and they'll be on the Stormy chart. 2 or higher, they will need the decider die to figure out their mood. That's a 6, so we're going to roll the decider. Are the Reds ready to come back and win today? They are, so they're going to be semi-harmonious and be on the sunny side of the chart. Of course, that didn't help them being semi-harmonious yesterday, but today's a new day. 3, that is team trainer. 3 again, that's going to be a perk with a relief pitcher. All right, which relief pitcher? Come down here for that information. Number 2, it is the reliever most used. Well, the most used reliever far and away is Rob Dibble. So Rob Dibble is going to get a major perk. Major perk for Rob Dibble. Now, what is the major perk for a pitcher? We are in this category right here. It's a 6. He's going to be happy until further notice. So Dibble is happy until further notice. What that basically means is no matter what the team chemistry is for the Reds, when Dibble is in the game, they automatically revert to full harmony no matter if they were dissonant or whatever, because he is happy till further notice. So that's the perk they're going to get. And, of course, the perk for this game only that will go away after this game is the Rijo being fresh the entire game. Now, the happiness for Dibble stays until something comes along to bump it off. So they'll need 2 more qualities to bump it off, because after today's game, the Rijo perk moves off the plate. The Dibble happy moves up, and something else will have to come in to make a second one, and then another one that could make a third one, and that would bump out the Dibble. So they're going to have Dibble's going to be happy for at least a couple of games before he gets knocked out and moved on. So that's out of the way. I think everything else is pretty much self-explanatory. I already said the lineups are the same, Rijo and Magrane. Let's look at got this game on the Strat computer. So Sabo enters the game hitting .329, a homer and 7 driven in. Magrane with the pitch, 3-6-6. Sabo is not a pinch hitter, so he will fly to center field. And that's one away. Sabo is retired, brings up Mariano Duncan. He had a 2-run homer for the only runs of the game. Could have arguably made him the hot player as well. He's hitting .397, a homer and 9 driven in. 2-3-5 is the pitcher Wild. No, Magrane's actually got control. Is he eager? Duncan is semi-eager, but the sire die says no, so he will ground out to second. And that's quickly 2 outs to start the top of the first. And that'll send up Barry Larkin, the designated hot batter for this game. He's hitting .356, no homers, 12 driven in. 2-4-4. Is he an ace? No, Magrane's a semi-star, but not an ace. Is the batter a champion? No, he's not. He will ground to short, and that's going to end the inning. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Joe Magrane as he dispatches the Reds in order. Go to the bottom of the first. It is Cincinnati nothing, and the Cardinals coming to bat against Jose Rijo, semi-ace, flash with semi-control, and he's fresh the entire game. Rijo will be making, let's see here, how many starts is he? This is his 5th start. Let me double check how many starts he's made based on his record. Nope, this will actually be start number 4 for Rijo. So 4 starts. He's 3-0. He's won his previous 3 starts. He's 3-0 with a 1.29 earned run average. 21 innings pitched, 16 hits, 7 walks, and 22 strikeouts. So he's averaging 7 innings a start as it is. Here's the pitch to Coleman. 1-3-4. Gold catcher, no. Champion batter, no. We've got outfield drama for the Reds. And in the outfield, everybody is neutral on the outfield drama. All neutral for outfield drama. 2-4, 2-4. Center fielder Gold. No, Hatcher is not Gold, so it's going to be a base hit, a single. It's in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart. So Coleman gets himself a leadoff single. And we're going to the chemistry chart. Again, the Reds are semi-harmonious, and the Cardinals, by default, are neutral. Are the Reds going to be harmonious in this particular play? No, they're both neutral. Neutral against neutral on the harmony chart. Neutral against neutral. 2-3. Pitching team harmony. No, they're not. So it would have been a strikeout, but instead it's going to be a walk. So McGee will walk. And for the Cardinals, the first 2 are on against Rijo. Not the way you want to start. You got the speedsters on base for the Cardinals. And now we have Milt Thompson, the batter. Rijo looking to perhaps get a ground ball to turn that double play. That would certainly help his cause quite a bit if he could get that double play. It's a 1-1-2. I think that's a flash check. Let's see. Yep, it's a flash check. He does have the flash, so it will be a strikeout. So without the double play, the strikeout's the next best thing. And Rijo strikes out Thompson for out number 1. It's going to bring up Guerrero. He had that big grand slam in the first game of the series. So Rijo's got to be careful. 2-3-6 double control. He does not have it. And let's see, he's semi-eager, but not eager this time. So Guerrero will walk. It will load the bases for Denny Walling, who is the designated Cole batter of the game. But that may not have a factor here at all. Bases loaded, only 1 out, infield back for the double play. Rijo to the third baseman, Denny Walling. Denny Walling. 2-3-5. The pitcher is not Wild. Is the batter eager? He is semi-eager. The dot says he is. That means he's going to single through the shortstop. So that's a base hit. With a lead die of 2, it's a 1-base advancement, so everybody's just going to move up a base. And the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead on the Denny Walling single. And they've still got the bases loaded with only one out. So bases loaded, one out for Todd Zeal, the catcher. One, 1-2. That's the flash check again. Another strikeout for Rijo. So that's 2 away, and it's going to send up Jose Oquendo. So if he can get Oquendo, he can minimize the damage and keep it at 1 run. 1-4-5. Is he a struggler? No. It's going to be a ground ball to first. Easy play for Benzinger, and that will do it. That will end the inning, but the Cardinals do get a run. At the end of 1, we are 1-0 Cardinals. But the Reds actually, quite frankly, are fortunate to only be down 1. It could have very easily been a 3 or 4 run inning the way that inning was going. Send 7 batters to the plate and only score 1 run. You're definitely getting by pretty easy. All right, so Benzinger will lead off for the Reds in the top of the second, hitting .296, 2 homers, 12 driven in. 3-3-4. Ace or star. He is a semi-star, but the dot does not give it to him. So he's not going to be a star. Is the batter a sad sack? No, he's not. He's going to single to left field unless he's eager. He is eager. There is a flag right here on that 3-3-4. He gets a single, but there's a flag there. And if you come down here to the flag, it says eager batter grounds out. So this is going to be a ground out by Benzinger. He's going to ground to Ozzie Smith, and there's 1 away. So the fact he was over eager, he possibly could have gotten a single if he'd have been a little bit less eager, but didn't happen. So there's 1 away, and here comes Billy Hatcher hitting .275, 3 homers, 12 driven in. 3-3-3. That's good for the hitter. Utility or sad sack. He's neither one, so we got a triple in the gap. He's not a home run king, or it would have been a home run, but Billy Hatcher will triple with those triple threes, very Appa-like. And a 1-out triple puts the tying run at third base with 1 out. Cardinals going to bring the infield in. They don't want to give up a cheap run. So here's Paul O'Neill hitting .343, 2 homers, 12 driven in. 1-1-5. Is he fresh? Yes, it's a pop out to the infielder by choice. So he's going to pop it up to Oquendo at second. More importantly, it keeps Hatcher at third. And now the Reds have to rely on Rolando Rooms, and the Cardinals can bring the infield back to normal depth. Rooms hitting .270, no homers and 7 driven in. 1-2-3, flash and fresh. He does not have the flash quality. He is fresh. Doesn't really matter. It's a big ground ball to short to end the inning. Would have been a strikeout if he had flash, but he didn't. But either way, the triple goes to waste as the Reds cannot bring him home. We go. Was that only? No, I didn't have the right outs there. Something's not right here. Let me go back and look on the Strat computer. I must have done something incorrectly. So let me take a look here at the play-by-play and see what I typed in wrong. Oh, I gave Benzinger a single for some stupid reason. That was dumb. So I got to go back and undo all that because Benzinger grounded to short. So I don't know where in the world I got a single out of that one from. So good thing the Strat computer has the undo button is all I will say. So I basically got to reconstruct the whole inning from the get-go. So Benzinger will lead off grounding to short. Then Hatcher gets the triple. But O'Neill pops to Oquendo at second, and Rooms grounds to Ozzie Smith at short. And there we go. So now we're back in where we need to be. Bottom of the second, 1-0 ball game. Hatcher, sadly for the Reds, Hatcher stranded at third base. So we go to the bottom of the second, and it will be Ozzie Smith to lead things off, followed by Magrane and then Coleman. 1-6-6. Rijo is not a workman. Is Smith a whiffer? No, he's not. He's going to ground it to third for out number 1. That's in red, so we're going to the experience chart for the next at bat. As you can see, when you ground out to third on the 166, it's in red. So we go to the experience chart. Magrane is neutral. Rijo is a semi-icon. So we'll see if Rijo gets an icon this particular play. He does. So Rijo's an icon. 66. Whoa. Rijo's an icon, but it doesn't matter what you are. When you go to a 66, it's a fence check. Fortunately for him, the pitcher Magrane is a scrapper, so the best he can do on a fence check, he's still going to get a hit, but at least it won't be a home run. It's going to be a single for Joe Magrane. So Magrane singles. Usually you think the pitcher is going to be an automatic out, but not in this occasion. All right. Flips it over to Vince Coleman. 5.56. Let's go back to the standard chart. Is the pitcher an ace? He's a semi-ace, but the decider die lets him down. Is the batter a sad sack? Coleman is not a sad sack, so he's going to double to right field. A double, and it says on the book, it's a double to right field and active runner steals. So he's active, so he's going to double and steal third base as Coleman. Magrane scores because the lead die of 5 means you get all the bases. So it's a double for Coleman. He's going to steal third base. Magrane will score to make it 2-0 St. Louis with 1 out. And now the infield will come in for the Reds for Willie McGee's at bat. Rijo getting roughed up a bit in this start. 3-4-5. Not an iron catcher. Does he have a good eye? No, he does not. So he will strike out. And we go to the right now chart. Rijo is semi-hot based on that strikeout. And Milt Thompson is semi-cold based on him striking out his last time up. So we'll see if it's going to be cold against hot or neutral against neutral. It's going to be cold against hot. We got a hot pitcher against a cold batter. And we get a 24. Hot pitcher and a cold batter on a 24. Hot batter. No, he's not a hot batter. If he was, he'd single over short. Otherwise, he flies to left. And that's going to end the inning. But the Reds get another run, and they take a 2-0 lead after 2 innings. But fortunately for the Reds, Coleman is left at third base. But it is now 2-0 St. Louis. Reds have not fared well so far here in St. Louis. In 11 innings, they've been outscored 9-2. So they need to get on the ball. Here's Joe Oliver hitting a .176. No homers, 5 driven in. 266. 266. Ask, is he the leadoff batter? He is. He's leading off the inning, so that counts. And so Joe Oliver gets himself a leadoff single. That will allow Rijo to bunt. And, of course, the bunt's very simplistic in History Maker. Just go to this chart here. Basically, if you don't roll a 6, it's going to be a good bunt. And, of course, we roll a 6. I roll a 6 a lot on these bunts for whatever reason. I don't know why at all. But they seem to happen quite a bit. That's a 2. So it says safe at first, lead runner out. So in this case, it's going to be a fielder's choice as Oliver is thrown out at second base. We'll call it 2-6 on the fielder's choice as they failed in the bunt. And now Rijo is at first base on his own. Could not get the bunt down. And that takes us now over to Chris Sabo. Sabo flew to center his first chance. 1-2-4 control. He has the control check. It means it's a ground ball to short. And lead eye once, double play. 6-4-3 double play to end the inning. And Magrane gets that ground ball and gets the double play he wanted. And that will do it for the Reds. 6-4-3 DP, as they say. And we go to the bottom of the third. Still 2-0 St. Louis. Reds just seem out of sorts in this series so far, despite the fact that they're harmonious or semi-harmonious. They just can't get it together. Here's Guerrero, 1-2-4. That's a controlled chance for Rijo, but he's got the dot and he doesn't have the dot, so it's no control. Is the batter eager? Guerrero is semi-eager. We have to see if he's going to be eager or not this at bat. He is, and that means he's going to pop it up to first. He will not walk because he was over anxious. Swung at that borderline pitch and popped it up to Duncan at second base for out number 1. Brings up Denny Walling. 1-3-4. Goal catcher, no. Is he a champion? No, he's not. Outfield drama, and everybody is neutral. And we get a 2-5 for the outfield drama with everyone neutral. 2-5. Center fielder iron. No, he's not iron, so it won't be a double. It'll be basically a line out to center field as Hatcher puts it away for out number 2. 2 down, and that's going to send up Todd Zeile. 1-3-5. It's a red 1 and a black 5, so we got balks and bogeys. So when you get a red 1 and a black 5, you go to the balks and bogeys chart. And the balks and bogeys chart is behind the umpire chart. Right here, Todd Zeile's at bat is under balks and bogeys. 66, we go to highlight reel B. So we got to shift to highlight reel B. That happens when you roll doubles. So highlight reel B for some rare events. Highlight reel B says rare events. So let's see what happens on a rare event. 22, that's going to be highlight reel C. So we come up here to, I guess there are even more rare events. We're at highlight reel C because we keep rolling doubles. 36. Catcher drops third strike, then overthrows first baseman, batter safe at first. Wow, that's terrible, Joe Oliver. So it is a strikeout given to Rijo. He gets credit for the strikeout of Zeile, but Zeile will take second base on the E2. It's a two-base error. Two-base error on Oliver as he dropped the third strike and threw wildly over first to allow Zeile to take second base. So let's see how they're going to score this. How do I give the error here? The Strat computer isn't really designed for these really rare plays. But let's take a look and see if I can do a two-base error maybe. And I might just have to add a strikeout manually to Rijo's season total. Because that's the only way I can make the error is to do it as an error. So Zeile's at second base with 2 outs. And now that brings up Oquendo. It's a 3-3-4. Go way back to the main chart on a 3-3-4. And a 3-3-4 says ace or star. He's a semi-ace, which the dot gives him the ace anyway, but even if it didn't, and semi-ace falls in the middle of those two, so that would fit either way. And it's a pop out to first to end the inning as Benziger puts it away, and Rijo finally gets out of it with no damage done. So he pitches around the two-base error on Joe Oliver. So we go to the 4th inning. Magrane reverts to semi-freshness. Rijo will maintain full freshness because of that perk that he got in the game day check yesterday. So he will keep the full freshness. Magrane goes to semi-freshness. Here's Duncan. 444s for Duncan. That's a good sign. 444s. Is he a scrapper? No, he's not. It's going to be a double to right field. He's not a home run king, but he will get the double. So Mariano Duncan, leadoff double. That's big, leadoff double. That means you got time to drive him in. And you got the heart of the order coming up, Larkin, Benziger, and Hatcher. So time for the Reds to make hay if they're ever going to do it. Right now is the time to do it. They got the heart of the lineup and nobody out. Here's Larkin. 3-4-6. Is he eager? He is semi-eager, but the dot says no, so it'll be a walk. I'll put runners at first and second. It says active steals, but there's a runner already on second base. But it is in purple, so we're going to the chemistry chart. As you can see right here, that 3-4-6 base on balls is in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart, of course, naturally, semi-harmonious against neutral. Reds are now neutral. So it's neutral against neutral on the chemistry chart, and we get a 45. Batting team harmony, no, they could have used that. It would have been a walk. Otherwise, it's a ground out to the infielder of our choice. Now, lead die 4, the ground out means that the runners are going to advance. So Larkin takes second, Duncan takes third on the ground out by Benzinger. We'll just say Benzinger ground out to Guerrero at first. And the other runners move up to second and third. So it's like a pseudo-sacrifice bunt, although I know that was not his intention. So Guerrero makes the play, and now here's Billy Hatcher. Infield for the Reds. I'm sorry, for the Cardinals. They're going to play in. They're going to play in. 3-3-6. That's an ace or star check, I do believe. Let me double check it, though. Ace or star. No, 3-3-6. Ace is plain old ace. He's not an ace. Sad sack, utility, or patient. He's none of that. So he's going to single to center field. And I believe a lead die of 3 will bring home. Yep, lead die of 3 brings them both home. And we got a tie ball game. So finally the Reds break through. Took them a lot of innings to do so, but they finally break through with a Billy Hatcher single. 2-run single. Hatcher's now tripled and singled. 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Ties the score at 2. And that result is in red, so we're going to the experience chart. O'Neill semi-icon and Magrane neutral. Now O'Neill is an icon, so we got an icon batter against a neutral pitcher. And we got a 66. I think that's the fence check again, if I remember correctly from before. On the experience chart, yep, it's a fence check, and O'Neill's a semi-slugger. Is he a slugger? He is. So O'Neill is a slugger. Going to the fence check, he is a slugger. We're in this category here. 1 to 2 is a double. 3 to 4 is a triple. 5 to 6 is a home run. It's a, well, he got kind of cheated there a little bit. Only gets a double. Only gets the double. And Hatcher will take second base. So that's going to put runners at second and third with only 1 out for Rolando Rooms. And they've got Magrane on the ropes a little bit. Infield again is in for the Cardinals. 3-3-4. I think we've seen that one before as well. 3-3-4. Ace or star. He is a semi-star. The dot gives it to him, so it's a pop out to first, and that's a huge out. Out number 2. As Rooms could not advance the runners. Reds could not take the lead yet, but Joe Oliver has a chance. Clutch situation. 1-1-3 doesn't look good, though. Ace or dynamic? No, he's not those. Is he a slugger? He's not a slugger. So he's going to single to center field unless he's a sad sack. He is not a sad sack, so that's a single. Lead die of 1 with 2 outs is an automatic 2-base advancement. So Joe Oliver comes through in the clutch with a 2-run single. And the Reds now take a 4-2 lead. Joe Oliver getting it done. 2-run single, and the Reds lead it by the score of 4-2. And that'll bring up Rijo. 3-3-4, same result. Ace or star, no. Sad sack, though. I believe he's a semi-sad sack, but the sire die says he's not this time. He's not a sad sack, so that would be a single to left field unless he's eager. Unfortunately, he's eager. We've seen that before with that little flag. And when you're eager, that means you ground out. So we'll say he grounds to third to end the inning. But a profitable one for the Reds, of Abraham Lincoln 4-score inning here in the 4th. And the Reds take a 4-2 lead and hand that over to their ace, Jose Rijo. And it'll be Ozzie Smith, Joe Magrane, And Vince Coleman, kind of early to pinch hit for your starter. We're only in the 4th inning. 245. Is he a hero? Ozzie Smith is not a hero, so he's going to pop it up to second, and that results in red. So we're going to the experience chart, which actually helps Magrane, I think, because gets him off the normal chart and gives him a fighting chance. He is neutral. Rijo's a semi-icon. So now we got an icon pitcher against neutral batter. And we get a 1-3. Icon pitcher against neutral batter. Icon pitcher, neutral batter. Prospect pitcher, no. If he was, it'd be off target for a single. Otherwise, it's a ground out to third. So Magrane will ground out to Sabo for out number 2. And with 2 outs and the base is clear, you got Vince Coleman. 3-5-6, that's a left-right split, so Coleman will get that base hit. He will get that 2-out single, and he's going to try to steal. He's going to try to, that's the left to righty split, so we kind of circle that to see how many times that comes up. But he will see if he can get the jump. He does not, so he cannot get the lead to steal, so he'll stay in put. And here's McGee. 3-5-6, same roll again. Lefty-righty split comes into play again. And now the Cardinals have runners at first and third. The tying runs are on base. Second consecutive 3-5-6 roll. Second consecutive lefty-righty split. Now he's got to be careful. Here's Milt Thompson. Rijo needs to avoid that 3-5-6 big time. 2-5-6. So he came, almost did it for the 3rd time in a row, but 2-5-6 might get him out of it. Is he a struggler? No, he's not a struggler. Is a better champion or patient? He's neither one. So we had infield drama for the Reds, so they're still not out of it yet. Duncan is semi-iron, and now he will be iron. So if it's ground ball to second, Duncan is going to be iron. Everybody else will be neutral. That's a 1-2 on infield drama. Shortstop iron, so they got to break there. It's a 2-base error if he's iron. He's not iron. Gold makes a ground out. Otherwise, it's safe on a 1-base error. So Larkin will have the 1-base error. Coleman will score. And the Cardinals have cut the lead to 4-3 on the E6 by Larkin. It's an unearned run. McGee will go to second base. But it's now second error of the game on the Reds. And their lead is cut to 4-3. And you got a very dangerous Guerrero at the plate. Very dangerous Guerrero at the plate. 3-4-4. Back to the regular chart. Prospect pitcher? No, he's not a prospect pitcher. Is he patient? No, he's not patient. He's semi-eager, so he will pop to second to end the inning. But the Cardinals get a run back. And at the end of 4, it is a 4-3 ball game. And before we start the 5th inning, I do need to go do something real quick. I'm streaming this on the webcam as a live video just set privately. So I don't have any way, I don't think there's any way to pause it. So, but I'll try to be as quick as I can with it. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. I try to get Tabby in here. She's right outside the door, but she just won't come in for whatever reason. So I'm not going to force the issue. All right, we're starting the top of the 5th with the Reds in a 4-3 lead. Grain will face Sabo. He's 0 for 2 as Sabo. 2, 3, 4. Runners on base. No, there's nobody on base, so we don't go to plate drama. He's definitely not the hot batter. So he's going to pop it up to third. He's now 0 for 3. So Sabo pops out to Walling for 1 away. Brings up Mariano Duncan. Whoa, look at that. 1-1-1. I think it's bad news for Magrane. He's not an ace. Duncan's not a scrapper. It's gone. Home run. Mariano Duncan. Mariano Duncan had doubled last inning. He homers this inning. That is home run number 2 for Duncan. RBI number 10. And the Reds extend the lead to 5-3. Solo shot from Duncan. Those triple ones. Here's Larkin, 3-5-5. Struggling pitcher, no. Champion, no, he's not a champion. He will ground to second unless he's a whiffer. He is not listed as a whiffer, so the ground out will stand. It will not be a strikeout. 2 down, and that'll bring up Todd Benzinger. And Magrane having all sorts of issues. 5-5-6. That's not good for Magrane either. Is he an ace? No, he's not. Is the batter a sad sack? No, he's not. It's a double for Todd Benzinger. It says active with steal, but he's semi-stoic, so he'll take the double. It's a 2-out double off the bat of Benzinger. 2-out double. And now Billy Hatcher in a clutch situation. He's singled and tripled in this game. Whoa, triple sixes. What else could go wrong for the Cardinals here, getting those triples? He's not an ace. He's not a sad sack. So we got deep drive glove. That's almost guaranteed to be a home run. We go to the glove mini chart. And the only way that you can stop the home run is to have a gold outfielder. The Cardinals do not have any gold outfielders, so it is gone. Home run, Billy Hatcher. His 4th of the season. It's a 2-run shot. 4th of the season. Home run number 4. RBIs 15 and 16. And the Reds now laying waste to Joe Magrane. By the score of 7-3. Magrane is fully tired, but they're trying to get that 3rd out, facing Paul O'Neill. Want to get him through the they're trying to get him through the inning. That's what they're trying to do. 3-5-6 left-right split. It's a lefty on lefty, so that's a Circle K strikeout to end the inning. But not before the Reds put up 3 more runs here in the 5th and take a 7-3 lead. Almost a complete polar opposite of game 1 of the series. So now Rijo given a huge lead to protect. We'll be facing Walling, Zeal, and Okendo. 3-6-6. He's not a pinch hitter, so he will fly to center field. 1 away, and that's going to take us to Todd Zeal. 1-1-6. He was, again, it's a freshness check. His game day perk was to be fresh the entire game, which he is. He normally would not have been. It would have been semi-fresh, and the dot wouldn't give it to him. But he's got that perk, so it stays as a freshness check, and it is a strikeout. So Rijo strikes out Zeal. He struck out all 3 times. Of course, the previous strikeout was a 2-base error on Oliver, as he couldn't hold the 3rd strike, and he threw the ball away, but that's irrelevant. Here's Okendo. 1-6-6. Not a workman. Is he a whiffer? Nope. We go to ground out to 3rd, and that's going to end the inning. It's in red, so we're going to the experience chart, or we would, I should say, but we're not now because we're going to have a pitching change. Magrane is out of there, and the Cardinals will have to bring in someone else to pitch, and they're going to bring in Tom Niedenfuhr, I do believe. Actually, no, they're not. They're going to bring in Bob Tewksbury. He's got some length. He's also a starting pitcher, but he does not start in the series, so he's got plenty of – this is part of the season he was doing relief, so that's what they're going to go with. So Tewksbury, and there will be a double switch because he's scheduled to bat second, but they obviously don't want that to happen. So they're going to pull Okendo and put the pitcher spot in Okendo's spot. And So that means he's 9 batters away. But the new second baseman is going to be, I believe, Tim Jones, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, it's going to be Rex Hudler. He's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, plays a lot of positions. So Rex Hudler will be the second baseman. And I will double check to make sure Hudler is rated for second base. I'm pretty sure, that he played second base, I should say. Let me just double check it to make sure I'm not assuming things. No, he played second, first, third, right, and left. So he's obviously can play second base. So Hudler will come in and bat ninth, playing second base. And the new pitcher is going to be Tewksbury. And leaving the game is Oquendo. So the double switch is complete. We'll get the gory details on Joe Magrane. And I think Magrane gave himself a Magrane headache. 5 innings pitched, 9 hits, 7 runs, all earned. 1 walk and 1 strikeout, 2 home runs allowed. One of those to Hatcher, and one of them was to Duncan. So definitely a rough outing. Rex Hudler now will bat in the number 9 position right behind Ozzie Smith. And his defense, he's gold at second base. He's active and he's a semi-icon. And Oquendo will sit out the rest of the game. All right, so in the top of the 6th now, Tewksbury, your new pitcher, will be facing Rooms, Oliver, and Rijo. 1.66. He's not a workman. He's a whiffer, though. Rooms is a whiffer, so he strikes out. So Rooms with the strikeout brings up Joe Oliver. Oliver had a key 2-run single his last time up. 4, 5, 6. Is he patient? He is not, so he will fly to center. That's 2 away, and we're going to the chemistry chart for the Jose Rijo at bat because that result was in purple. So let's see if they're going to be harmonious. They will. So it's harmonious Reds against the neutral Cardinals. We get a 45 on the chemistry. 45. Batting team harmony. No, they're. Oh, yes, they are. I did roll for harmony, didn't I? They are harmonious, so he draws a walk. So how about that? Rijo draws a 2-out walk. Definitely not the common thing to do for a pitcher, but he did it. Now here's Sabo. He's 0 for 3. He's been struggling lately. 2, 4, 6. That's a control check for Tewksbury. He's got double control, which is probably one of the best qualities you can have. And so that's going to be a ground out to the pitcher. Would have been 2 consecutive ground out to the pitcher, but there were already 2 outs in the inning. So you can only get 1 out of that. You can't carry it over. But the Reds go in the 6th pretty quietly. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's still 7-3 favor of St. Louis. 7-3 Reds over the Cardinals, and Ozzie Smith will lead it off. 2-3-5. He's not wild. Is Ozzie Smith eager? No, he's not. He will ground to second, and that's 1 away. That will bring up Rex Hudler for his first at bat. 2-2-5. Is he a star? Rijo's a semi-ace, but not a star. Slugger or sad sack? He's a semi-slugger, but the dot doesn't give it to him, so he's going to single. It says active steal, so he's going to single and steal a base. How about that? Rex Hudler will single and steal second base, despite being down 7-3. I guess they're just trying to get something started. Whitey's going to always run his Cardinals, so they're a running bunch on that AstroTurf. So we get a single from Hudler and a stolen base. And that'll bring up Coleman. 1 out. Coleman is 3 for 3, 2 singles, a double, a stolen base, and 2 runs scored. Not sure you can ask for much more from your leadoff man. 2-2-6. He is not hit by the pitch. He's not the cleanup batter, so he will fly out to left field unless he's a whiffer, and we have to figure out if he's going to be a whiffer or not. He is, so he strikes out. How about that? Because we used the dot already to see if he was hit by the pitch, so it had to be reused. So Coleman is out of there on strikes for out number 2 because it was used on the pitcher, not on Coleman. Had we had a second thing on Coleman, we would have kept that dot. But since we went from the pitcher, Rijo, to see if he hit him, to Coleman, we had to re-roll the dot. McGee, 1-3-4. Not a goal catcher. Is he a champion? He's a semi-champion, but the sire die says no. Outfield drama for the Reds. Everyone is neutral. And we get a 1-1. That's interesting on outfield drama. 1-1. Right fielder gold. No, he's not gold. It's going to be a single. Single, and with a lead die of 1, that's going to score Hudler from second base. So Willie McGee, RBI single. And that will cut the lead to 7-4. Cardinals not out of this game by any stretch. And let's see. It's also in purple. As we see here, that result was in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart with a Milt Thompson at bat. So chemistry. Reds will be harmonious. Cardinals neutral. 4-4. Pitching team distance. No, they're not. It would have been a double if they were, but instead it's a deep fly to center that will end the inning. Hauled in out there by Hatcher. Ends the inning. Cardinals do scratch and claw and get a run back. We've completed 6. It is the Cincinnati Reds 7 and the St. Louis Cardinals 4. Bob Tewksbury is second in of work. He is now semi-fresh. He'll be facing Duncan, Larkin, and Benzinger. Triple fours for Duncan again. I think we've had that roll before. Triple fours, and that's going to end up being triple fours. He's not a scrapper, so it will be a double once again for Duncan. So Duncan, a leadoff double. He's doubled twice and homered, but he's doubled twice off those triple fours. Take it any way you can get it is the way the Reds thinking about it. Here's Larkin. 1-3-6. He's not an ace. Let's see. Is the batter whiffer or cold? Larkin is neither one. So we got infield drama for the Cardinals. Rex Hudler is gold. Ozzie Smith is semi-gold. And Walling is iron. So Ozzie will be neutral this at bat. So gold Hudler, Walling is iron, and everybody else is neutral. We get a 46 on infield drama. 46 shortstop gold. No, Ozzie Smith was not gold this time, so it's going to be an error. Safe at first on an error. Duncan will go to third, and Barry Larkin will reach on the rare error by Ozzie Smith. You could argue he should have been rated fully gold, but I don't rate him. I just play him. So E6, one base error. And now the Cardinals have committed an error. The Reds already have 2 errors, but now the Cardinals have one of their own. Runners on the corners, nobody out. Infield going to play in against Benzinger. 4-4-6. Well, first of all, let's see. No, I take that back. I got to re-roll that because that error takes us to the right now chart, to the experience chart rather. So Benziger and Tewksbury are both neutral on their experience. So we go to the experience chart, double neutral. 3-6. Prospect pitcher. No, he's not a prospect pitcher. If he was, he would miss the corner and be an outside drive to left field. Otherwise, it's a fly to left. And on lead die of 3, let's see if that's enough to get the run home. Lead die of 3. Can we hear the base running? Lead die of 3. Stoic runner on third base holds on flyouts. Duncan is not stoic. Duncan is neutral, so he will score. It'll be a sacrifice fly from Benzinger. So Benzinger on the sacrifice fly. That's an unearned run so far. Don't know because he would have been at second at worst case scenario, so he wouldn't have scored. But right now it's unearned, but it could turn into earned later on. It all depends on the rest of the inning. But the Reds will take it. They don't care if it's earned or not. It's 8-4. Here's Hatcher. 145 for Hatcher. 145 ask, is the pitcher a struggler? No, he's not. So it's ground out to third, and on lead die one, it's a double play, 5-4-3. So it is an unearned run now, as it turns out. That run is unearned by the Reds, but they will take it. Double play erases the rest of the inning as Hatcher grounds into the 5-4-3 around the horn double play. We go to the seventh inning stretch here in St. Louis. And the score is Cincinnati 8 and St. Louis 4. And we got to figure out, well, they're going to keep Rijo in the game, obviously, because he has not lost any freshness whatsoever. So no reason to not bring him in. So seventh inning stretch here in St. Louis. And since we're in St. Louis, there's only one thing to do on the seventh inning stretch, and that's right here.
Here comes the king, here comes the big number one. Budweiser beer, the king is second to none. Just say Budweiser, you've said it all. Here comes the king of beer, so lift your glass, let's hear the call. Budweiser beer's the one that's leading the rest. And Beechwood aging makes it beer at its best. When you say Bud, what taste will tell you so loud and clear. There's only one Budweiser beer. There's only one Budweiser beer.
All right, so we've got our tribute to St. Louis there, where Budweiser is brewed. It's like a tradition there. Bring out the Clydesdale. The only thing we're missing was the Clydesdales, but I don't have any Clydesdales, so I can't bring them out. So here is Guerrero. 4-6-6. Control pitcher. Rijo has semi-control, but the sire die says no, so it will not be a base hit. Is he a home run king or a slugger? He's a semi-slugger. Let's see if he's a full slugger. He is not, so it won't be a strikeout. It'll just be a difficult ground out. So we'll see he grounds to Sabo for out number one. So Guerrero grounds it out to Sabo. A little tough grounder. Kind of hit the seam of the carpet, but he stayed with it, and that brings up Denny Walling. Ooh, triple twos. That's not good for Rijo. Is he a sad sack? Walling is not a sad sack, so that will be a double to center unless he's a home run king, which he is not. But Walling will get that double, courtesy of the triples. Triple twos gives him the double. One out double, and that brings up Todd Zeal. He has struck out all three times. 4-5-5. He might do it again. That's a flash check. He's got flash. It will be a strikeout. So the golden sombrero has been given to Todd Zeal as he strikes out all four times. And this time Oliver did hold on, so it keeps it the way it's supposed to be. Now we're at the pitcher spot because of the double switch. Remember, the pitcher is hitting in the number 7 position, formerly held by Oquendo. So that's going to be it for Tewksbury, and the Cardinals will need a pinch hitter. And they're going to go to Dave Collins. So Dave Collins will do the pinch hitting for the Cardinals. And that'll be it for Tewksbury. So we'll bring Collins on, and then the Cardinals will need a new pitcher in the top of the 8th. Right now, Collins is up with 2 outs and a runner at second. We had a 4-5-6. Is he patient? Collins is patient, so he draws a walk. So Dave Collins draws the walk, keeps the inning going, and moves it over to Ozzie Smith. 1-1-2. That's asking, does he have flash? Yes, he does. But here's a catch. There is a catch. There's an eyeball right here. So we go over to the eyeball, and it says a good eye avoids a strikeout. But Ozzie Smith is a semi-good eye. The dot is not there. Had he had the good eye, it would have been a ground out to end the inning anyway. But the strikeout is what really ends the inning here because he did not maintain the good eye. So the strikeout is done. And 7 innings are in the books, and it's still 8-4. Favor of the Reds. Cardinals leave 2 on. And now we'll have a pinch hitter. I'm sorry, a new pitcher. New pitcher coming up for the Cardinals. We'll see who they go to. Probably a lefty since the lefty's coming up. They have 3 lefties in the pen. They have Daly, Horton, and DePino. So they're going to go to Frank DePino. Frank DePino will get the call, left-hander. For Tewksbury, he goes 2 innings, gives up 1 hit and a run, which was unearned. And let's check his walks and strikeouts. I need to go to the computer for that. But first of all, I've got to bring in DePino to pitch. Now I can go to the box score and get those totals for Tewksbury. Tewksbury, 2 innings pitched, 1 hit, 1 run, unearned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And now we go to DePino to face O'Neill, Rooms, and Oliver here in the top of the 8th of an 8-4 ball game. DePino to O'Neill, 1-1-4. That is a freshness check. It's the first batter he's faced, so it's definitely fresh. And he gets O'Neill to ground to Ozzie Smith at short, 1 away. 1 down, and that takes us to Rolando Rooms. 2-2-5. Is the pitcher a star? No, he's not. Is the batter a slugger or a sad sack? He's a semi-slugger, but the dot says no. So he's going to single. How about that? Rooms will single. It says active runner steals, but he's stoic. So he will hold at first base with the base hit. And that will turn out to be Joe Oliver's at bat against DePino. 1-2-6. He is fresh. It's a line out to second for out number 2. And that'll take us to Rijo if they choose to let Rijo continue. But I think Rijo's done enough for this game. 7 innings is pretty much going to be his capper. Giving up 4 runs in 7 innings. I don't think they want to, even though he gets that freshness perk, I don't think they want to abuse that. So they will go to the bench for a right-handed pinch hitter, or at least a switch-hitting pinch hitter. And they will go to Luis Quinones. Give him an at-bat. So Quinones will come in and pinch hit, and we'll have to see who the new pitcher is going to be in the bottom of the inning. But we go to bring in Quinones, and for Quinones on the replay, he is 0 for 7 with 2 strikeouts. He has walked 5 times though, so he's definitely getting on base despite the fact that he's semi-eager. He has walked 5 times. 2-3-5. Is the pitcher wild? No, DePino's not wild. Is he eager? He certainly is semi-eager. It says he's eager, so that's a single through short. But if his whiffer, he strikes out. Well, he's a semi-whiffer. Dot's still there, so it's a strikeout. And that will end the inning. So nothing doing in the 8th for the Reds. They get the room single, and that is it. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. And the Reds will need a new pitcher. We'll check their bullpen and see who is most likely candidate. Burtis has gone 10 innings. Myers 8, but it's not a save situation. So it looks like Tim Burtsis, the left-hander Tim Burtsis is going to come on. Burtsis on the replay is 2-0 with an ERA of 0.90. 10 innings pitched, 7 hits, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts. So Tim Burtsis will be on, and he will be facing Hudler, and then top of the order, Coleman and McGee. Get the final numbers on Rijo as he goes 7 innings, gives up 4 runs. 7 innings, 9 hits, 4 runs. 3 of them are earned. So not exactly his best outing in the world. 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. So when your team scores 8 runs, you don't have to be perfect. So it is Hudler facing Burtsis for the Reds. And if the game stays a 4-run deficit, then you probably won't see Randy Myers. If the game gets close, Randy Myers will be coming on to pitch to get the save if it gets that close. It's a 1-2-2. Is the pitcher a workman? No, he's not. It's a better champion or a whiffer. Hudler's none of that. So he will line it to third, and that is out number 1 to start the bottom of the 8th. Back to the top of the order for Coleman. 2-6-6. He is the leadoff batter, so he's going to get himself a single. He does single. And he's going to see if he can get the lead. He cannot. Burtsis holding him close, not letting him get that lead. But it is the 4th hit of the game for Coleman. He will definitely be the hot batter going into the 3rd game of the series for sure. Here's McGee, 4-5-6. Is he patient? No, he's semi-eager, so he will fly to center. That is out number 2, and we're going to the chemistry chart for the next at bat. But actually we won't, because we'll have a pinch hitter for the Cardinals. They're going to take out the left-handed hitting Thompson and bring in a switch hitter or a right-handed hitter. And let's see who that's going to be. It's going to be Tom Pagnozzi, the backup catcher, who will hit for Thompson. And then John Morris will take over in right field. So right now, it is Pagnozzi up to the plate to hit for Thompson. So we'll be off the regular chart, not the chemistry chart. So 2 batters left on the bench for the Cardinals, Jones and Morris. And of course, Morris will go in and play the outfield. But right now, this is Pagnozzi doing the pinch hitting here against Burtsis. 2-3-3. Ace or star. None of that. Is he a slugger? Pagnozzi's a semi-scrapper. So he will fly to left. He'd been a slugger, been a home run, but he wasn't. So he flies to left. Did they have a slugger on the bench available? Probably not. Nope, they didn't. Nobody was a slugger. So it's a fly out to left field to end the inning. And we go to the 9th. Score remains 8-4. And the new right fielder will be John Morris. DePino out for his 2nd inning of work, as he'll be facing Sabo. It'll be Sabo, Duncan, and Larkin, a bunch of right-handers. So the Cardinals could always go to a right-hander out of the bullpen. I think they will. They're going to go to Niedenfuhr. So DePino will leave after 1 inning. And the Cardinals, who have 6 relievers in their bullpen. So they've got a lot of guys they can use, and Tom Niedenfuhr is one of them. So Niedenfuhr will be the 4th pitcher used by the Cardinals. DePino goes 1 inning, gives up a hit, nothing else, gets a strikeout. And now Niedenfuhr will take on the top of the order for the Reds, 8-4, top of the 9th. And Niedenfuhr is on. Facing Sabo, 1-5-5. Home run king. Sabo is not a home run king. He's a slugger, so he will fly to center. Boy, Sabo 0 for 5 on the game. Definitely hurting his average. His average is definitely going downhill. Here's Duncan. 2-2-3. Pitcher's not wild. Is he slugger or utility? Neither one. So that's a single to left field for Duncan. That is his 4th hit of the game. He is definitely the hot player going into the next game. He is singled, doubled twice, and homered. Just a triple away from the cycle. One moment. Okay. So Duncan singles against Niedenfjord to start the inning. Or not to start the inning, with one out, rather, because Sabo flew to center to start the inning. And that will bring up Mr. Larkin. 2-6-6, run on first, thrown out. The dot's there, so Duncan gets picked off. Duncan is picked off first base by Niedenfjord. Just not paying attention. As Guerrero snuck in behind him. Now there's 2 outs. Base is clear for Barry Larkin. 1-3-6. He's not an ace. Whiffer or cold, neither one. So infield drama for the Cardinals. One, two. So Ozzie Smith is now gold this particular play. Hudler is gold, and Walling is iron. 1-2. Shortstop iron. No, he's gold. Since he's gold, there won't even be a one base error. It's going to be a ground out. So the fact he got that dot saved him another error. We could have had 2 Ozzie Smith errors in one game, which would have been weird. But the dot saved him. And we go to the bottom of the 9th. Bottom of the 9th. Last chance for the Cardinals. They will keep Burtsis in there because it's not a save situation, so you might as well let him finish the game if possible. Although Randy Myers is loosening in the bullpen if needed. It is Guerrero, Walling, and Zeal due up for the Cardinals. 3-4-6. 3-4-6 for the Cardinals. 3-4-6 is the batter eager. Guerrero is semi-eager, but Dot says no, so it will be a walk. Will be a walk for Guerrero, and we're going to the chemistry chart because that's in purple. And the Reds are going to be harmonious. Cardinals are neutral. So chemistry chart, a 4-5. Batting team harmony, no, they are neutral. If he was harmonious, he would have walked. Otherwise, it's a ground out. And with lead dive 4, it's going to be a fielder's choice. I'm sorry, it's going to be runner advance. So Guerrero will go from first to second. So we'll say Walling just grounds it out to Benzinger with Guerrero going to second base. So 1 away, and that's going to bring up Todd Zeal. 1-2-3, flash and fresh. He's not fresh. Doesn't have flash either, so it's going to be ground out to short, which means the runner has to hold. So now there's 2 away, and we're down to the final pinch hitter off the bench for the Cardinals, and that is going to be Tim Jones. He's the last position player available off the bench. So the pinch hitter for Niedenfjord will be Tim Jones. Not to be confused with Jim Jones. Don't drink the Kool-Aid on that one. But Tim Jones is your batter. Last chance, Tim Jones with Guerrero at second and 2 outs. 2-4-6. 2-4-6. Ask, is the pitcher have control? Burtis does not. Is the batter eager or sad sack? He's neither one. He will walk. So Tim Jones draws the walk. And now that turns this into a save situation. So with Ozzie Smith coming up, the Reds will go to the bullpen for Randy Myers. Try to finish this thing out and not let it get away from him. So Burtis will leave. Randy Myers is in. It is now a save situation because the tying run is on deck. So with Ozzie Smith coming up, Lou Piniella going out to the mound, grabs the ball from Burtis and will hand it over to his closer, Randy Myers. And Myers on the replay is 1-0 with 5 saves, an ERA of 0. Pitched 8 innings, given up just 2 hits. Has walked 7 in 8 innings. That's the only concern. And he's already an ace, but he will be a double ace coming in middle of the inning. So he will be a double ace facing Ozzie Smith. So certainly odds are in Randy Myers' favor. 2-5-6. Is he a struggler? No. Is Ozzie Smith champion or patient? Neither one. We got infield drama for the Reds. Duncan is semi-iron. Now he's fully iron. Everybody else is neutral. But 2-3, if the second baseman iron, it's going to be an error on the infield drama. 2-3. Second baseman iron, it's an error. So the inning continues. The bases are now loaded as Duncan makes an error. And that is the 3rd error of the game for the Reds. Can't blame that one on Randy Myers. He just booted it. Did Duncan. And now the bases are loaded for Rex Hudler. He is the tying run at the plate. And he is a semi-slugger, so they got to be careful. 3-4-5. Talks about an iron catcher, I do believe. Nope, he's not an iron. Does he have a good eye? Hudler does not have a good eye. It's a strikeout, and the ball game is over. The Reds hang on and win it 8-4. And Randy Myers will collect that save. So Randy Myers with the strikeout, and the Reds win. This one belongs to the Reds. They improved to 15-6 on the season. Winning pitcher is Rijo. He is now 4-0. Randy Myers with his 6th save. Burtis is going to go an inning and 2/3, give up a hit, no runs, and 2 walks with no strikeouts. And Randy Myers is going to go a third of an inning and give up nothing with 1 strikeout. For Niedenfuhr, he goes 1 inning, gives up a hit, nothing else. So the totals for the Reds, 8 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors. They leave on 5. Cardinals, 4 runs, 10 hits, and 1 error. And what killed them, they left on 14 base runners, including the bases loaded here in the 9th. So this one belongs to the Reds. They improved to a total of 15-6. Game 2 is in the books. There are 2 more to be played here in St. Louis. And Rijo will lose that minor perk of being fresh in his next start. He'll be back to his normal self. Dibble will keep his happy till further notice until he gets bumped out. So, hope you enjoyed that presentation of History Maker Baseball from St. Louis, 1990 Cincinnati Reds. They win it by the score of 8-4, even the series at a game apiece, improved to 15-6. Till next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.